In the whiskey family tree, rye is kind of like the fiery, bolder twin brother to bourbon. And like some twin brothers, it's got a bit of a chip on its shoulder. Historically, rye has been the less fond over of the spirits. But in recent years, rye has really made strides to become a premier spirit on your liquor shelf. So we convened a tasting panel of our biggest whiskey nerds here at Dabbler Depot to taste through 10 different rye whiskeys blind to find out which ryes deliver both flavor and value. We're excited to share with you our top 3 favorites. Coming in at number 3 is our WhistlePig 10-year. WhistlePig is brimming with bright aromas of sherry and overripe banana and apple skins on the nose, and those flavors really come through on the palate as well and are accentuated by a spicy black pepper note from the rye, as well as a little bit of salinity that really helps cleanse the palate. It does finish a touch hot, which can be amended through just a couple drops of water or even serving this over the rocks. WhistlePig is a premium rye whiskey at $99, but our tasting panel decided that the well-aged, complex character really does deliver on the price point. Coming in at number 2 in our rye whiskey blind tasting is Atesia, or Atesia. Honestly, we don't know how to pronounce it because there's not a lot of information out here about this dark horse rye whiskey. What we do know is that it is produced and bottled by an American company called Don Ciccio and Fili, who are based in Washington, D.C. and are known for their Italian-inspired liqueurs. On the palate, this rye whiskey comes across as full-bodied and a bit chewy and showcases flavors of oak, sweet caramel, and grilled peaches. And it just finishes with a little bit of a rye tickle. Now, while this rye whiskey is maybe a bit less refined in its flavors than the other 2 top 3 finishers, at $22, this thing is punching way above its weight. It's easily the best value that we have in our rye whiskey blind tasting, and it would make a perfect bar staple on your spirit shelf at home. Coming away with the top honors at our rye whiskey blind tasting is Barrel Seagrass, and it's easy to see why. This blend of Canadian and American rye whiskeys was finished on Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. Whew, luxurious. And on the sip, salt and rye spice roll into maple syrup sweetness, and there's a lingering charred oak and tobacco note in the dry finish. At $86, Barrel Seagrass is definitely in the premium rye whiskey category, but the layers of flavor that unfurl in this whiskey really wowed our tasting panel, and each of us thought the price point was entirely justified for what's a superb dram of whiskey. If you want to grab any of our top 3, or let's be real, all of our top 3 rye whiskeys from our blind tasting, come on down to Dabbler Depot or shop for them online at dabblerdepot.com.